What a night for some Eaglecrest volleyball. Welcome to the nest as CT gets ready to take on the Raptors. Keanu, what are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Honestly, CT appears to be a very good team against the Eaglecrest Raptors. I can see this being a very intense game, lasting a very long time.
Yeah, I'm your play-by-play man, Caden Morgan, and Keanu to the right of me. What an exciting night for volleyball it is.
Absolutely.
As we're going to set it off here. CT doing their rally cry. What do you think you want to see the Raptors do tonight?
Honestly, I'm expecting some very good spikes out here. Hoping for some excellent setting. Just really show how good of a team they can really be.
Yeah, and what do you expect from the Cougars?
The Cougars, I've heard that they are excellent setters. They know how to control the ball, control the game in their own setting. So I'm expecting them to put up a good fight. Yeah,
Cherokee Trail definitely needs to improve their record. Right now, struggling at a pretty rough clip. 4-9 in the total play and no wins in league play so far. 0-1. Nice return by CT, taking it to the Raptors. Beautiful responses. That'll go off the net. It'll be a Raptors first point.
You always want to fake out your opponent at the beginning. You always want to see how they're going to deal with every situation. You always want to see how they're going to respond to how you play, which is what the Eaglecrest Raptors are doing currently.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, and they played well with that first opportunity, and I think they'll continue to do that. It's just if CT can stop them or not. Nice battle for the ball. Eaglecrest. Nice receive, no struggle there, and a nice spike. Great setup, Raptor point.
If you see the opportunity for an excellent spike, you see an open spot where there's not that much defense, you really always want to hit that as hard as I can. The Eagles Raptors can do that very well.
Yeah, and something that I've noticed that the Raptors have struggled with a little bit in their past is accuracy when they're doing those spikes. So if they can continue to do those, they'll be all right. Battling for the ball. Nice attempt at a block. And they won't get it, but they will get the point. Nice spike. Nice recovery.
As you see when the Raptors did there, like I said before, they see an open spot, and if you can take that opportunity to hit it, it's just a free point.
Right now, the Raptors are already in a little bit of a commanding lead, 3-0, starting out fast and strong. Playing it around. No response. Nice play by the Raptors. Trying to get that ball over quickly. Nice spike. And it won't hit. That was a close one, though.
It was very close. Even though there was a very open spot there, you want to be careful not to hit out of bounds or else it'll be a point for the other team.
Yeah. Nice serve. Almost got a nice ace there. Nice response by the Cougars, though. Raptors setting something up. That was a nice setup and response. Won't get anything, though. Back to the Raptors. Trying up another nice setup. Won't go their way. Cougars get their first point of the night.
It was a beautiful block by the Cougars. You know, even the Raptors saw an opportunity. The Cougars saw it before they could, so they were able to set up a block, allowing it to ricochet back.
Absolutely, as they'll get their first serve of the night. Nice serve. Ooh, a hard hit right off the hands, in position to make a play but can't.
Like in those situations, well, you may not see an open spot to spike to get an easy point. If you can hit your opponent hard enough, they might not be able to bump the ball back.
Yeah, that was a beautiful setup there by the Raptors. They've been doing pretty well at setups tonight. That'll sail out of bounds, Cougar point. Curious what the intention of that serve was.
It could have just been a mishap. Hit the ball a little too hard. Couldn't aim that well. Those things happen.
What are your thoughts on the Cougars and what can they do to really improve their position as that'll hit the net, Raptors point?
The Cougars, they just really need to find their way into the game. They need to figure out how they're going to play. They just need to get better setups.
Ethan up to serve. Nice serve. Nice try at a response from the Cougars. Can't get anything. They'll actually call it Cougars point. Penalty there on the Raptors.
You saw there, the Raptors barely tipped the ball, making it their fault that it went out.
6-3. Ooh, right off the hands there. Felt like that was just communication.
Yes, absolutely. Communication is always key in team-based games like this.
How important is this game for the Cougars?
Cougars, it helps them figure out that they're not going to be stuck in this losing streak. That allows them to bring them a little bit of confidence to bring maybe a win to keep their season going.
Yeah, without a doubt. Nice serve. Another nice setup. That'll go, and that'll hit for the Cougars. Nice placement there.
Absolutely.
What, in your opinion, is just the most important thing in a volleyball player?
It surprisingly isn't how high they can up or how well they can spike. It's their ability to read the game, see what your opponent's going to do.
As that'll hit the floor, Raptors will get the point out of bounds. 8-4, Raptors up by 4, trying to keep their distance. Off the net, Cougar point.
Something you've always been want to be careful about, and the Cougars have had a hard time with, is making sure that that first serve is not going to hit the net or go outside of bounds, because it'll set the pace of your entire game for the rest of the game.
Nice serve. Off the net, nice block. But the Raptors will get it over anyway, and they'll block that one. Raptor point. Nice block by Dye.
Those up-close games where there's just constant block spike, those can get real intense. The ball will end up getting faster and faster. Always one team will just falter.
Nice serve, but that'll go off the net. Looked like a little bit of a short serve coming off the hand. Libero will be serving for the Cougars. Nice hit. And that's a nice response by the Raptors. Oh, that one's hard hit, and that's definitely out of bounds.
While you do want to hit hard, you always want to make sure that you're aimed more at the ground, and you always want to make sure you're aimed at the ground or an opponent, so you can either knock out the opponent so they can't bump the ball back at you, or just make it so they can't even hit the ball at all.
Yeah, something that I've noticed right now with the Cougars is they're struggling with their power. Too much power on a lot of their serves or too little, so if they can dial that in, I think that'll really help them.
I wouldn't really say it's their power. I think it's more of their aiming. They have enough power to get these points. They just can't seem to aim correctly.
As that's a nice response by the Raptors. Ooh, that was a nice put up by the Cougars. But they will get punished for it, as that was a hard return for them to make, and they do. This is a strong battle on the ground. Raptors point.
It started out as an overwhelming start for the Cougars at the beginning of that play there. It's just the Cougars couldn't keep that momentum going.
Yeah, it felt like they were frantically trying to put out a bunch of fires at once, and that's hard to do in volleyball. Nice serve, nice set, brings it over. And that's a nice response by the Raptors. Nice dive and go. And that'll hit the ground and be a Raptors point. Great blocking from the Raptors tonight.
Absolutely. The Raptors just understand where the ball is going to be going, what the Cougars are being trying to do, is they just be able to read them perfectly and just block them every time.
Nice serve setup there. It just will go off the net. It felt like a great opportunity for the Raptors to get a point. Cougars point, though. Right now, what do you think the Raptors are struggling with the most?
The Raptors, they appear to be doing things pretty well overall. You know, you're always going to have a couple of those mistakes that are just going to happen as the game progresses. But overall, they're doing very well.
Yeah, there's a nice battle brewing here. No great opportunity for either team. That'll go off the net. Cougar point. No, Raptor point. I'm sorry about that. Shaw, a perennial boys volleyball player here at the Raptors program. He'll be serving. Nice serve. Hard hit. That'll be a Cougars point. Barely got inside the line there. That was a better aim shot, don't you think?
Absolutely. The Cougars appear to be honing in their aim a little bit. You know, really just because they have the power to get these points. It's just if they can fix their aim, they'll definitely increase the amount of points they get.
13-8. Nice serve hits the net.
The Cougars definitely need to pick up their game on their serves. Their serves either are going way too far or way too close. They need to figure out exactly how they want to control their power on those serves.
Raptors really trying to break away from them, having a hard time doing it though. Nice serve. Trying to put the Raptors in a sticky position, and they do. Nice play by the Cougars. As CT's libero will come out for a play. Moving it around, hit it to the net, Raptors point.
On that kind of play, it's a risky move to try to only hit the ball with one hand. But when you're that close, most of the time it will go through. Or just unlucky for the Cougars that it didn't work.
Nice serve. Nice facilitating by the by Cherokee Trail. Whistles are blown. Still trying to play through the play. I'm a little confused on what happened. Not sure. 15-9. Raptors in front. As umpires will confer, we'll be right back after this. We're back. A little confused on what happened there as the Raptors will serve. A battle for the ball on the ground, and it can't get there. CT point. That wasn't what you want to see if you're Cherokee Trail.
You just want to, as I've been saying this so far this entire game, you just really want to hone in that aim. Their power is excellent so far. If they can just control where the ball goes, they should be fine.
Raptors lead by 5. Doherty serving for Trail. Nice serve. Ooh, hard hit. Eaglecrest trying to respond. And they do, and they'll get the point.
As in volleyball, you only get 3 hits to get the ball to the other side of the court. You always want to count. You always want to count how many hits you've gotten so far, just to make sure you never get a point like that happen.
Yeah, and a lot of teams will count it out loud. And I'm surprised if you're CT or away. I'm surprised they're not doing that.
Same.
Nice serve. That'll go out of bounds. Hard hit. If it was just placed a little bit more to the inside, I think they would have got it.
Absolutely.
Nice setup and play there, but Raptors will get the point. As
with those blocks, as always, if you place your hands just slightly incorrectly, you end up pushing the ball directly in front of you, leading to the other opponent's point.
yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Nice serve. Ooh, hard hit. Out of bounds. We'll be right back after this. Hopefully just a sprained ankle there. Hopefully he's all right. As we'll continue on play here. Eaglecrest up 17-12. Right now, what do you want to see from the Raptors to try and close out this set?
Honestly, the Raptors, they've been doing very well, but occasionally they've been starting to really mess up their aim. They started off strong, but they're starting to drop off now.
Yeah, I definitely see what you mean.
Looks to be some confusion on the court.
I'm a little confused about what they're confused about.
Maybe just the play or how they're going to play this one out.
Maybe just substitution, probably.
Oh, appears to be confusion about positions, maybe?
I'm a little confused about what's the confusion about, but huddle up and we're going to get set to start again here. (17-12), like I said earlier.
Raptors advantage.
What would you like to see from Cherokee Trail to try and get back in the set?
Honestly, they're starting to pick up their game. They're starting to hone in their aiming a bit. Their power has been a small issue for them, but they're starting to use that to their advantage.
As the serve will start. And we're off once again. Nice setup and a nice spike. The energy's back for the Raptors.
After a moment of rest like that, it's always good to start strong. Really just get some hype going on your own team, and home field advantage definitely is helping that too.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you without a doubt. Garza to serve. Nice power. Nice block. Gets up there. A little bit of a block there off the hands though. Nice spike. Cougars struggling to get to it. They will, though, as the Raptors respond, and this is going to be a battle that'll go Raptors point.
There's a beautiful spike by the Raptors, just making it so it looks like your opponent can hit it, but forcing them to hit their own ball out of bounds.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one you have to take with caution. That's for sure, as that will be a timeout. We'll be right back after this. We're back as we come out of that timeout break. Keanu, what do you think teams discussed?
Honestly, CT is always just trying to find a way to keep the advantage. Maybe they don't win this specific set, but if they can win the next two sets, they will win the game. Eaglecrest, just keep doing what you're doing and just keep the momentum going, and they should win. Should be fine.
Nice try to serve there. That'll hit net. Ooh, a hard hit there. I'm surprised CT went after that one. I think that would have been out of bounds. Raptors taking it there, trying to get that one down. That's a hard one to get down, though. Tight area.
The best parts of the court to hit, just to get easy points, would be near the exact corner of the court. It's hard to defend, and if your opponent tries to block it, there's a much more likely chance that they're going to hit the ball out on their own.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. It's also really hard to just get it the further you go back, as that's a nice response. 2014. Nice serve, out of bounds.
The Raptors appear to be having some power issues and some aiming issues, because every once in a while their serves, more often than not, starting to go out of bounds or they hit the net. They're doing what the Cougars were doing at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, without a doubt. Nice setup, nice hit. Won't go for anything there. Whistles will blow, nice response. CT point. Rough shake for the Raptors there. CT trying to get themselves back in this game. 16-20. Raptors up by 4.
The Cougars appear to be picking up their pace. So I understand using the fact that the Raptors are starting to get a little tired over there, just using everything they can to their advantage to try and come out of this.
Yeah, without a doubt, I definitely agree with you. Nice setup there, but that'll go not out of bounds, but the Raptors will touch it. That was a tough play for them to make regardless.
Like I said, you always falter every once in a while. We want to get every point. Oh, it appears we have a timeout.
Coach Bond will be calling a timeout for the Raptors. We'll be right back after this. We're back. Right now, the Raptors are behind ahead, 17 to 20. As CT will start the serve. Nice serve. Ooh, hitting that one hard. As the Raptors will get the point.
Those blocks are always a chance. You know, if you mess up the block, you end up losing a point on yourself. You always want to be careful with those blocks.
Yeah, blocks are definitely really hard, especially, you know, if you're a shorter player. So, nice play by the Raptors, and that's a nice response, bringing the heat on the spike.
The Raptors appear to be having a very good time blocking. The blocking game appears to be very good. Every time they've gotten a chance to block and they have blocked, they haven't gotten a single point on themselves. The Cougars, on the other hand, have had a more hard time with it, but they've been slowly getting better at it.
Yeah, that's a nice play by the Raptors, increasing their lead 2 points away from closing out the set.
Another timeout.
Another timeout. Teams using their timeouts. We'll be right back after this. We're back as right now Raptors are in front 23-17, trying to close out the set and go up to 1-0. As nice serve by CT, nice setup. Hits that spike and will increase their lead, 1 point away from closing out the set.
It appears every time there's a break, one team always seems to falter and just mess up at the beginning. But, you know, it's always good. We've got plenty more sets to continue going.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. As nice setups in play. CT will take that one. What are your thoughts on the Cougars so far?
The Cougars, they didn't start off this game very well, but they're slowly starting to build up while the Raptors are starting to falter.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Nice play, out of bounds. No, it'll be Raptors point. 25-18 will be the final score of the set. The Raptors will go up 1-0. We'll be right back for set two right after this. We're back for the second set here. Raptors took the first one. What do you think both teams could improve on?
Honestly, the Raptors are starting to falter. They really need to pick up their game on their aiming. The Cougars, on the other hand, they need to get better at blocking. Their aim, their power is starting to be more consistent. The blocking is still very inconsistent.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. As we're going to get ready to start here in just a moment. Right now, the Raptors trying to keep their momentum going and try and take this second set and take a 2-0 lead. Nice move. Hits it hard, won't get it. Ooh, thunderous block. Out of bounds, Raptors draw first blood in this set.
As always, you always really want to be careful of the out of bounds. You always know where the ball is going to go. Just aim in general is just very important.
Absolutely. Nice setup and nice movement. As the Raptors will receive and respond, and they do. Right now, nothing really moving. Just as I say that, Raptors spike.
Raptors, they definitely know how to spike the ball. They definitely know where they want to place the ball, and they can place it there every time.
2-0 right now, Raptors in front. Nice setup. As they try and put that one in, and they do. Goes off a Raptors hand. Nice movement there by CT, but the Raptors will ultimately get the point.
Like I said, CT, their blocking is just not the greatest right now. You really need to figure out how to block the ball, just figure out how they can able to block it without ending up a point on themselves. Well, it is good to just block the ball in general. Controlling where the ball goes in that block is much more.
Nice movement by CT to finally get that one over, and that was hard for the Raptors to respond. They do very nicely. Again, just responding beautifully for the Raptors and just creating a lot of movement. That was a nice setup by the Raptors. That was quite a battle. CT will get the point ultimately, but I saw great things on both sides of that possession. CT had nice movement, and the Raptors felt like they were responding with even better movement.
Absolutely. I'd also have to say that this Cougars, they have great teamwork. Their passes are beautiful. They know where the ball is going and where their team is trying to send it to.
3-2. All knotted up here, 3-3.
It appears CT started to pick up their game, started to understand how they're going to play it, how to beat the Raptors, just all that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Nice serve. Hard hit. Nice response by the Raptors.
Ball comes at you at the full speed. Your first instinct is always to just block the ball to stop it from hitting you. That in volleyball is something that can be very detrimental to you. You can knock it by accident.
Yeah, and it's really kind of like a deer in headlights moment. You just have to react fast, and it's hard to make the right decision with, half a second. Nice play by the Cougars there to just get some nice movement and nice response. You don't have to hit the ball hard to get a point. 4-4. Nice responses as that'll hit.
Raptors, they appear to be going for like quick points, just trying to get the points across, just get points on the board as quickly as possible, trying to get the game over with, just hitting them faster than they can keep up with themselves.
Absolutely. Nice movement there, as that'll be too many hits, I believe, for Raptors point. Nice movement there by CT to get the point.
You always want to tell if the ball's going to go out of bounds or not. It's hard to tell sometimes when you're in the heat in the moment, but knowing if the ball's going to go out or not is also very essential.
Absolutely. You know, that just went off his hands wrong. If he would have hit that nicely, I think that would have gone their way.
Absolutely, but as I said, in the heat of the moment, it's very hard to keep consistent scores going. You're always going to have those couple of mistakes here and there.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Dial serve for the Raptors. Hard hit. Nice block. Nice response. And a nice move by the Raptors. That'll go.
The Cougars, more on the Raptors making mistakes themselves and trying to keep up the advantage.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Tried to hit that one, won't go. Felt like it just went off his hand a little bit wrong.
Absolutely. You just always want to. It's always nice to get those nice soft hits to just, confuse your opponent. But sometimes you hit too soft, it's just going to hit the ground right in front of you.
Yeah. Ooh, hard hit. But that over the net.
It's always a risky move if you're going to hit the net or not. Because if you hit the net, as long as the ball, you're fine. But there's always that chance that the ball. said, those hits are going straight towards you. You're just not thinking in the moment.
We're out of that timeout.
It appears anyways, as I said, it appears the Raptors are starting to pick up some steam. Ahead 13-8. You know, they started off this set not doing so great, you know, just keeping up the score, but they're really starting to pick up now.
Yeah, it really feels like the Raptors will get a 5-point lead, 4-point lead, and then just maintain it throughout the set, which is definitely hard for the Cougars because that means the Raptors can slow down and still maintain a lead, as that'll be a Cougar point. Nice move as Cougars will respond. Out of bounds.
You know, that control of
Raptors
power.
point.
That control of power is always going to be a big issue for the Cougars. They have the power, the aim not so much. You just need to figure out how to aim that ball just a little bit more down, and they'll be fine.
13-10. Nice hit. Ooh, nice dive on the ground. And that'll be a nice move by the Raptors to save that one, as that's a mistake there, but it'll set them up for success getting it over. This is a war right now.
Absolutely.
Hard hit.
Both teams just battling for the ball.
Yeah, as the Raptors are able to respond on that one. Nice recoveries from both teams. As that'll finally go off the hands and finally a CT point. That was a battle of endurance.
Absolutely. As you see with the Cougars over there, they kept mixing up hard hits and the light hits, really just confusing the opponents, not seeing what they'd exactly do with the next hit.
Yeah, that was just a battle. Nice serve. Hits that one hard. Cougars point.
Those quick points are always very good. You know, they'll just take a quick break. You know, just take more breaks. If they can do that, they keep in the lead. Just easy points.
Yeah, they're just battling right now. 2-point gap for the Cougars, trying to make this one up. 1-point gap. Raptors still in front, but definitely feeling the heat now.
The Cougars have picked up on their weaknesses. They started blocking better. Their aim is increasing, albeit slowly, but they are fixing all their issues.
Yeah, and without a doubt, this is what they needed to do to come back and win the set. As finally the Raptors will catch a break, that'll go off the net on the serve. As that'll go off the net, back-to-back serves to do that. Back to a 1-point game. Nice serve. Brings down the heat. CT will respond. Hits off a hand. CT point.
You know, it's always, if you're just a second too late or just a millisecond too late, the ball will hit the ground. You just won't make it in time. You always got to have those quick decision-making moments.
Raptors from the driver's seat to tug of war. It's all knotted up. Nice serve. Hits that one hard. Raptors point. Garza to serve for the Raptors. Nice serve. Hits that one. Nice position for CT to put them in as they'll lead for the first time tonight, 16-15. Sorry, no, it's all knotted up, 16-16. Nice serve.
CT appears to be just taking more control of the game back. They're starting to understand what they got to do, and I think they're starting to keep the game at least even. They exactly haven't kept in lead, but they are at least keeping the game even.
Yeah, as that'll definitely help them in the long run. 17-16. Right now, it feels like CT has more energy, just overall. Movement around, and CT will get the point. This is right now slowly turning into a war, 18-17.
Absolutely. CT and Eaglecrest finally battling out. Eaglecrest did have the advantage in the first set, but after that, they started faltering. They started getting tired, and the CT's really just started taking advantage of that.
Nice serve and a nice play. Nice serve and a nice position there. CT just couldn't adjust.
As I keep saying there, those half-second decisions really just decide if you're going to win or lose.
Raptors lead by 3. We'll be right back after this. We're back as we're just going to get a little positioning change here. Raptors up by 3. It feels like the Raptors get a nice lead and then CT comes storming back, and it just seems to be a cycle that repeats and repeats itself.
I would say that'd be more of Eaglecrest's faults. They keep messing up at crucial moments. Their decision-making, their aiming really just starts to falter.
Hard hit out of bounds. If that would have hit inbounds, that would have been a missile.
Absolutely, I would agree. with those really hard hits, it's always a gamble if you can aim it or not.
Yeah. Nice serve. Nice movement. CT will get the point.
CT always seems to come on a comeback streak, get it nice and tied up, and then lose in the end.
Yeah. Nice movement. Trying to play it through. Hits that one hard. Raptors will respond with forces. That's a perfect play right in between three people.
Absolutely. Those kind of shots, they really just confuse their opponent because their opponent just doesn't know which player is supposed to get the ball, and so then no one gets the ball.
Yeah, it's a paradox, you know. Usually you would want to default to the libero there, but clearly they didn't. Nice get over by CT as that will go out of bounds. They set him up for that.
Eaglecrest has finally found how they're going to play, finally figured out how they're going to do this. They've just started locking in now.
Yeah, and it really feels like the Raptors are just gaining confidence as the game goes on, which is definitely good for them.
As the game gets closer, with this close, they're definitely going to get more confidence. And it appears CT is just really faltering here as they lose a point there based on hits.
Yeah, and that'll go for the Raptors, closing in on a second set win. Hits off net.
Like I keep saying, they're just going to have those mistakes. You just got to shake them off. Just got to keep going.
One more point to try and close this one out. They've got 4 chances to get it. Nice serve. Nice movement. Hits it hard. Out of bounds.
As I keep saying, that power is going to be an issue. And also another issue, overconfidence. You're 1 point away from victory, and you're just going to get cocky. You're going to get confident, and that can lose you a game.
Nice serve. And a nice play.
It's Eaglecrest Raptors victory.
Yeah, and that was definitely a great run by them. Well, drive here for Varsity Boys Volleyball, as we all know, right, Keanu?
Absolutely, definitely not out of 3.
Right now, the Raptors lead 2-0, take the set and the confidence to try and sweep Cherokee Trail. Now, I can't wait for this best-of-5 volleyball match, can't
Absolutely,
you?
it's best of 5, which means we got one more round for the Raptors to win, but it only means that it's best of 5 and not best of 3.
CT on the ropes. We'll see if they can make a crazy comeback. Can't wait to see that if that happens.
Yes, because they need to win 3 games in this best of 5.
Yes, as that'll go off. Not sure what happened there. I wasn't looking. CT will take the point, though.
It was a too hard of a hit by the Eaglecrest Raptors. Hit out of bounds. Just mistakes.
Nice movement. Hits that one hard. Raptors point.
You're hitting directly at the feet of your opponent. It's always very hard for your opponent to hit that back. You just got to react quicker than the ball can get to you.
Nice movement. Out of bounds. Raptors point. 2-1.
You know, CT here is just starting to pick up their game, but the Raptors just keep staying constantly ahead of them, really just not allowing them to get any breaks whatsoever.
Yeah, nice block as CT tried to respond and save that one, but just couldn't.
At the beginning of every set, the Eaglecrest Raptors always seem to get a nice consistent lead, forcing CT to try to play just catch up, just to try to stay even with them.
Nice movement. Out of bounds. Raptor point. 5-1. This is the lead that the Raptors want coming out of the gate.
Absolutely, a 4-point lead that definitely is going to give you a lot of breathing room, a lot of chances to make mistakes.
Yeah. Ooh, nice rejection there by the Raptors.
Well, even though the Raptors are this far ahead with 2 games won out of the 3 they need, with 5 points ahead in the general game, you don't want to get cocky.
Yeah, and, you know, definitely for CT, they really want to try and get back at this. Hopefully that can happen. We are back. Raptors lead 6-1.
Like I said before the timeout, you definitely don't want to get cocky during this time. While it may seem they have a significant advantage, CT can always come back from something like this.
Absolutely, and it's just definitely a situation that you don't want to be in if you're the Raptors. You need to expand your lead as much as possible. Even though they're up comfortably, it's still anybody's game.
Absolutely.
Moving it around, and that'll be a Raptors point. Nice jerseys that the Raptors are wearing tonight.
Absolutely. The white fade into black with the with the red coloring, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful artwork in the jerseys.
Yeah, that was a great design by the Raptors creation team.
Also great design by the CT designers. You know, we got the nice white line on the side mixed with the, I think that's a brown in the middle.
Yeah, yeah, it kind of
Navy
reminds
blue?
me of varsity girls Grandview basketball team. Looks very similar. Nice.
Also with the shorts, one side with the mountains and with a nice Colorado flag, the other side with the CT logo. Beautiful.
Yeah. 2-8. Nice serve. Bringing the hammer down. CT looking to respond. And they can't. Overwhelming offense by the Raptors. You know, and since we're talking about designs, you know, when the old court got switched out for the new court, I wasn't a big fan, but it's grown on me.
Absolutely. Also, while we're talking about designs and just, you know, how things are growing on you, it appears the CT is starting to grow and figure out how to counter, how to react faster in this game.
Yeah, ooh, hard falls there. Seems like the growth is exponentially going up.
Absolutely.
Nice serve. Looking for a nice response. Ooh, hard hit. Up there to block it, but that'll go out of bounds.
Absolutely. Those, you know, hitting the ball like that, it's always going to have a chance of going to the side if you hit it just slightly wrong. You always want to hit it directly in the middle. If you hit it to the side, there's a chance it might go flying off to the side.
Yeah.
Control is very important in these kind of games. What is...
Trying to get a spot serve there. That'll hit the net.
Like I said, they're always going to have those small chances where the things are just not going to go your way. That doesn't mean it's the end of the game.
Absolutely. Ooh, glancing over the net. Beautiful spot serve.
Absolutely, just barely tapping over. Just this is one landed right in front of your opponent where you think it's not going to go over, but it does.
Nice serve. Nice spike. Hits net. CT will get the point. CT coming back a little bit here. 10-6. Nice serve. Ooh, bringing the hammer down. CT point though. Touch to the top of the net. Feels like CT's coming back, but not by their own will. It just feels like the Raptors are making quite a bit of mistakes.
Absolutely. They're starting to get cocky, so they're playing the game a bit more sloppy, which allows CT to catch up.
Nice serve. Nice hard hit. As it's going back and forth. Hits that over the net. Won't go. It will go, I mean.
Those fake outs by Eaglecrest are very excellent moves. You know, just making it look like they're going to slam it directly into you, so they back up a bit, just barely tapping it.
Yeah, Coach Bond special. You know, watching him do that for the past 3 years has been awesome. You know, and something I've always liked about this area in this arena is that nest painted on the wall.
Absolutely. You got the nice claw just scratching through the wall.
Just a nice artwork. Moving it around off his hands. Tough play to make.
Eaglecrest is definitely getting cocky here. They're playing more sloppy. They're not thinking things through as much as they could. They're losing the game themselves. They're losing the game to themselves.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Out of bounds. Raptor will take that point. Die to serve. Hard hit against the net. Trail point. 9-12.
CT appears to get their momentum about halfway into the sets, which really isn't enough to keep them going. They end up faltering by the end of it. The lead is just too great for them to catch up to.
Yeah, but right now it's only a 3-point gap.
Which is means, but as we said earlier, this can really be anyone's game.
Hits that nice and hard. Brings that over. Nice response by CT. Hard hit, won't go. CT will take that one as they've closed the gap to 2. Nice serve. Brings the power down.
It appears the Raptors are trying to wrap up this game quickly as possible, doing quick, hard hits to where they think they can get points. Either it's going to make it or it's don't, and it appears to be about 50-50 for them.
Yeah, but it's just been an absolute war. Nice serve. Brings hard serve there. CT point though.
I can't tell if the Raptors are getting lazy or tired in their blocking, because every block so far hasn't been as good as the last 2 sets. So is it they're getting too cocky, or are they starting to get wear down?
Yeah, and it's just definitely harder as you get later into the game, especially when you come out as strong as the Raptors do. It's just hard to keep that, as the Raptors will get that one. Break down that play for us.
Honestly, it's just the Raptors doing quick plays, having quick decision making, just making sure that the Cougars can't get anywhere near the ball.
Nice serve. As it just seems to be a war. Out of bounds. No, Raptors point there. Someone must have touched it. I didn't see that. 15-11. CT point there. Few subs.
The Raptors just keep appearing to be losing themselves. They keep just hitting the ball a little too hard. They're making mistakes of their own, allowing CT to catch up.
You know, if you're CT's head coach, what's your game plan?
Honestly, just make sure you can keep on top of your own game and let the Eaglecrest Raptors wear themselves down.
Ooh, you could hear the vibration of that ball. That was...
I have to agree.
Hit hard. 16-12. Nice serve. Hitting that one hard. As the Raptors look to try and respond, as that was a hard thing to receive, as they get a nice play off that. 17-12. Timeout. We'll be right back after this. We're back, as right now the Raptors are in front 17-12. And right now, CT's coach is just hornswoggled trying to get back into this game.
Absolutely. He's just trying to find any way to find an advantage, find a single weakness in the Raptors' defense, but he just can't seem to find one. The Raptors are over there beating themselves up, just losing the game to themselves.
Yeah, and right now, CT has to be very particular about the chances they need to take because they need to take very good ones and they need to get some points on the board as they'll get a point there.
Absolutely. So what did you think of Andy's frozen custard that they sponsored us today?
Yeah, it was awesome. I think that we need more sponsorships like that at the school. It just brings the community together.
Absolutely. It just brings our community together. Allows us to really just connect with our people around us, the parents, the students in the audience, the connections in the neighborhood they have. It also helps out the businesses trying to make the money.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, CT trying to come storming back with a vengeance as it's 17-14. Raptors in front.
Indubitably so. They're just really trying to find any way to end this preposterous situation that they're in.
Absolutely, and nice block. That was almost like Andy's custard. It was just a hard play for anyone to make.
As Andy's custard did, Andy's gave out free custard today as the Raptors are coming in here for as free points. Just trying to get quick free points on the board, just doing anything.
Unfortunately, CT isn't giving that out for free. As that's a nice serve. Nice response by the Cougars. And just lazily putting that one over the net, just like Andy's custard when it melts.
As he was saying, the CT is just lazily putting things over. The Raptors, they're really not putting as much power as they could into these hits.
As that's a nice serve. Tough play there, and that was a beautiful play to make. Nice save. As the Raptors will try and respond with a heavy hit and another nice play by the Cougars. Almost into the team bench, and they'll get that over. Wow. 2 back-to-back tough plays to make.
The Raptors are dealing out some heavy hits here, but you know what's not heavy? Andy's frozen custard. It's surprisingly light. And just like this game, they're keeping a lead in the head with the Raptors really just going ahead here with 20-14.
Yeah, right now, just a beautiful play. 20-14. It's almost time for the Raptors to win this thing, hopefully before the custard melts. They can enjoy it on the bench. What an indubitable situation for CT, though. What do you think their game plan is here to come back?
Their game plan right now is to find a relevant situation, find any sort of preposterous situation they are in, and just find a weakness, find something they can exploit, find something to keep them in the lead, find something to slow down the Raptors.
Yeah, right now the Nest is definitely going to relish this victory if they can bring it home. It's actually 19-14. Sorry, I saw 20 on that board.
I think there was an issue down on the court for the point.
I'm a little confused about the situation.
It appears the Raptors did gain that point, so it is going to be 20-14.
Yeah. The Raptors are coming in hot like Dion's Pizza right out the oven.
Absolutely. And you know what pairs great with Dion's Pizza? Andy's frozen custard.
Nice serve. Hits the net. Nice response by CT. As CT will gain the point. Nice play by the Cougars. Right now, what do the Cougars need to do to just try and rifle back into this game?
Honestly, all they really need to do is just, like I keep saying, find a weakness. Find something they can take advantage of. Either use the cockiness of the Raptors that they are right now and just exploit it. Try to make a single win in this set so they can come back and come back stronger.
Yeah, without a doubt. Bond, Chad Bond's son, will be serving for the Raptors. Nice movement. Out of bounds. CT will take that point.
The Raptors, they're keeping ahead of the game. They're doing what they need to do, but every once in a while, they're a little cocky, which will slip up and make them lose a point.
Absolutely. Hard hit, and then nice play. The Raptors closing in, trying to close this one out. 22-16.
The Raptors closing in on a victory, but as we keep saying, it doesn't matter how close you are to victory. The other team can always come back and just win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, it's a hard situation for CT. Moving it around, nice play over the net. Hits it, and that'll go Raptors' way. 2 points away before they can enjoy some Andy's custard.
You know what else goes great with Andy's custard? Our other sponsor, Cane's Chicken.
Okay, that's not that close. Not something that supports the score right now, but if they want to sponsor us in the future, let us know. But this has been a great victory for the Raptors if they can still pull this one out. Very close. Definitely showing their strength, as that'll be a Cougar point.
As I keep saying, the Raptors are getting cocky. The Cougars, they can't really figure out. They still can't get a grasp on this game. But the Raptors, they're beating themselves up. They're ruining their own game. This could be a very easy victory for them if they hadn't kept messing up and getting cocky.
Absolutely. As that's a nice play. 1 point away.
That does not mean anything. The CT can always come back from this. They just can't make a mistake. They could come back. And the Eaglecrest Raptors, they keep making mistakes on their own. If the CT can find a way to take advantage of the fact that they're getting cocky, the fact that they're 1 point away, they can use that.
Absolutely. 1 step away. As the crowd gets riled up.
Raptors game.
Raptors point. They'll bring it home, taking down the Cougars 25-17. Thank you all for staying in and watching. Before I go, I'd like to make a quick statement, as this will be my last game for the Raptors. Thank you all for the community that we brought, and thank you for everything that this school has provided me as I'm graduating next year. And our teacher, Robbie Gabrielli, genuinely a great mentor to me and a great mentor to a bunch of students, is getting ready to take on new and different challenges. The person who has led our media program for the past 4 or 5 years, and truly a great mentor to everybody around him. And, girls basketball coach, he's definitely a man and a figure in the community, and sad to see him go as I also move on to better opportunities, hopefully. And hopefully you'll see me back here in maybe not the booth, but newscast or something. And I really have to thank the community for everything that it's done for its students, and this is something that I'll cherish forever. It's been a great 3 years. I've been a part of some great teams and a part of great crews, and so have the crews that I've been a part of and led this year. And it's just heartfelt to see my last game here, but the Raptors will take it. So long, everybody. Goodbye.